Okay, now it's recording. Hazika, I guess.
Okay, so we are from LAX2026, that's Sovizer. We will do our third group discussion today. So I will introduce myself first today. So my name is Nurhazika Shuadah binti Hamad. My metric number is 203207.
Okay, so, sorry.
It's okay, you can go first.
Okay, so my name is Xiao Zongqi and my metric number is 191516. And today is our third time of recording. Next.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Chen Yihen, and you can call me Chen. My metric number is 194969.
Hello everyone, my name is Nadia Hana binti Rashdan and my metric number is 197811.
Hello everyone, my name is Alif Faikal bin Zabani. My matrix number is 200658.
Hello everyone, my name is Sitong and my medical number is 201421.
Hello everyone, my name is Wu Chen. My metric number is 20093.
My name is Yang Mingqi and my metric number is 200100.
My name is Zhi Mingxue and my metric number is 201572.
My name is Rafiq bin Abdul Razak. My metric number is 204431. I think everyone has introduced themselves already.
Yes,
So,
that's right.
So for this week's discussion, me and Hazika will go ahead and share our stories. And for this week, we chose the theme on strange cultures. Hazika, do you want to start first?
Yes, I can start first. Okay, so actually the first story that I choose is actually related to a tribe that is the long-eared tribe. The long-eared tribe. The tribe is actually known as the Dayak who live in upstream area of Mahakam River in the East Kalimantan, Indonesia lah. And this culture that is the long-eared is actually on the verge of extinction due to the modernizations and globalizations, because young women these days don't like to have long earlobe, right? So and the Dayak Bahau people especially, they are the tribe, the elders, the elders in the tribe is having long-eared traditions, which is also known as Telingan Aruk. Telingan Aruk. And in the past, a Dayak woman with long earlobe is actually considered as the most beautiful woman in the village. So the process of the earlobe piercing began since they are in childhood. When girls reach age of 4 years old, they will pierce their ears to make them familiar with the piercing. So that the hisang earring, the name of the earrings that used to make the ears long is hisang. So these girls will familiarize themselves with by piercing their ears lah during their childhood. Then the number of the hisangs actually will increase following their age. As their age increasing, the number of the hisang is also increasing. When the woman is married, they usually have 20 piece of hisangs in each year. So actually around 40 hisangs per person. And the hisang is actually made of silver or bronze, which actually adjusted according to their social status. And the lightening of the ears is also a symbol of passion according to them. So I will show you the pictures of the long-eared woman. Screen. So as you can see here, here is the long-eared woman from the Dayak tribe. Here is also an example. This is the hisang. This is hisang. This is the bronze, while this is a silver from silver. That's it for the first story. And the second story, I want to talk about um, the unique culture from the long neck tribe. They are known as long neck tribe. So the tribe is actually known as Kayan tribe that live in northern Thailand province that known as Mae Hong Son. And the women of Kayan wear brass neck rings, which appears to lengthen their necks. And the breast coil is actually worn by Kayan women from their childhood also, as early as their age reach 5 years old. That will appear to stretch the neck to inconceivable lengths. And however, actually, the growth or lengthening of the neck itself is not the result from wearing the coils, but the coil cause the collarbone to become deformed, which contribute to the long neck appearance. There are some reason actually they are doing these cultures. The first reasons they said is mm, to avoid the enslavement by rival tribes. And the next reason is to increase the woman's sexual attractiveness towards the men. And they also want to imitate the long neck of dragons, which is related to their traditional religious belief. So I will share the pictures of the long neck women of the Kayan tribe. So here is the picture. Wait, here is the picture. The coil will be added according to the age, same like the previous stories. They are really long. This one. Okay, I think that is all the story from me. Thank you.
That's very interesting from you, Azika. I did not expect to see those kind of tribes before. I think this is my first time seeing it. Then I'll share my story. Hold on. Can you guys see this? Okay, so for the first story I'm going to share is about the El Colacho, which is a celebration in a small town in Spain called Castrillo de Murcia. So Salto de Calacho is a week-long celebration celebrated by these town people. And the highlight of this whole celebration is, you can see in this picture, is where a man dressed as the devil will terrorize the locals and will jump over babies. So you might be surprised about them jumping over babies. The celebration is believed to originate because it is supposed to cleanse these babies from their original sins. And local historians believe that they started in the early 1600s. And since its inception in the 1600s, the Catholic Church Brotherhood of the Sacred Sacrament of Minerva has been responsible in organizing this whole celebration. And the high point of this festival is on the final Sunday when this main event takes place. So during the event, this man dressed as the devil, hold on, he will wear his colorful outfit, and he will run around the town with a whip, and he'll chase all the locals. So the people will have to try and run away from him. And also another thing is that they also insult the devil. But this is not the main event yet. The main event is like I said, the jumping over the babies. So when this event, or it's called Salto, uh, the babies that are born within the same year, they are gathered in front of their houses, and they are put on mattresses for the devil to jump over. And in some cases, even the babies are only a few weeks old or even a few days old. And then when the time comes, people will gather around to watch as the devil jumps over the babies, as they said that this act is meant to cleanse the newborn babies from their original sin, in which Christian people believe that humanity carry the sin from Adam and Eve and their disobedience towards God. And then once this event has finished, the babies then they will be showered with rose petals to mark by the priest, which means that they are cleansed already. However, this celebration is controversial as the Catholic Church has asked this town to stop their traditions. But for now, people say that it's still within their culture, so it's hard for them to erase. And they said that it might not be gone from this town in the meantime. So for now, it's still a local tradition, and people are still celebrating it every year. So that's for my first story. Then my second story. Okay. So you can see from this guy's face that he is in pain. That's because this is the Satere Mawe Indigenous Group, which is located in the Andira Marau Indigenous Reserve in Brazil. Uh, this uh, this ritual is called the Mauat. Waumat. Sorry, it's called the Waumat. It's a ritual for that symbolizes the coming of age of the young boys in the village. This started because it's supposed to be a tradition where the boys are supposed to challenge themselves and they are supposed to face the outside world. So this is a symbolic ritual, meaning that they have reached adulthood. Another reason why they do this is because their tribe is currently facing threats from outsiders, especially people who are logging the Amazon rainforest, as well as people who are trying to claim their land. So they take on this test of manhood as a way to make sure that they are ready to face the future challenges. So, firstly, the ceremony will begin when the tribe elders they will gather these ants, which are known as the Tukandera ants, and these Tukandera ants, its common name is a bullet ant. The name bullet ant comes because they said that the pain of the ant bite is as strong as a shot from a bullet. And these ants, what they do is that they will gather all these ants and they will place them into this handmade basket, which is fit for the young boys to put their hand inside. And once they have collected all the ants, they will gather all the boys that will join the ritual into a circle. And then before that, they will also collect them and then they will paint their bodies and then they will dance in a circle, which is enclosed inside the fence. And then once they are ready, each boy will place their hand into this glove, which is filled with the bullet ants, and they are meant to hold on for about 10 minutes, and they have to endure the pain of these bullet ants. And then once the 10 minutes is over, then it will go on to the next person. And then this Waumat ritual, it marks the transition from childhood to adulthood for these young men. And once they have completed this ritual, they can start marrying and start their own families. However, during their whole lifetime, this is not the only time that they will go through this ritual, because each person is expected to go through this ritual at least 20 times, meaning that every time they are at least a year older, they will go through it again. So I think like you can imagine how much pain that this is, as we, even when we get bitten by normal ants and we are already like in pain, and this is a bullet ant, which is like they say is like 100 times more painful. And then as you can see that how young that they start to do these rituals, especially these young men, when they carry out these rites, they will have to also follow the taboo, food taboos, meaning that they will have to eat following a certain diet, and also they will paint their hands with a black dye made from the fruit of the Jenny Papo tree. So as you can see, the hand is black colored. And then once they have ready for this ritual, then like I said before, the young men, they will put their hands into the gloves, and then they'll start singing and dancing late into the night. And they also beat out the rhythms with chocalios, which is a rattle filled with forest seeds that is strapped to their legs. And the men say that the immerse themselves in the rhythm is a way for them to relieve the pain from the bullet ants. And as the night progresses, then the young women from the village will also join their dance. So for this ritual, like we probably think that it's a very weird thing because it's not a part of our tradition, right? So when we think, why would they do such a thing? But then behind the reason that they do this ritual is actually quite important, because for them, this tribe, they have been practicing for centuries, and it's an important part because this tribe has many times they have been threatened by how do you say people from the outside lah, such as illegal loggers, land grabbers, and also the development of their own land, because these people, they do not want to mix with the modern society. They want to live with their own traditions. So the modern society is also threatening them by pushing them towards extinction. And then even recently, as we know, also the Amazon rainforest is quickly becoming deforested. So many of these people are losing their homes, and this right is one way for them to push themselves and show that they are still strong enough that they can fight against all these threats from the outside world. And even their songs that they sing is also related to all their past wars or past fights with the other settlers, because one of the biggest threats that they had faced before this was also the colonial Portuguese people. When they came to Brazil, they tried to destroy this whole tribe. However, that this tribe, they managed to overcome the war, and they managed to survive. And because of that, they, until this day, that this tradition is still alive. And these people, they do not plan on stopping this tradition anytime soon, because they are the last people that protect the Amazon rainforest, which is one of the most important ecosystems we know in this world. And without the Amazon rainforest, we will lose so many, especially wildlife species and all that. So it's not only that I think that these are strange and unique cultures, but I think that is also an important part of our life, and we can learn a lot from these cultures. So I think that's the end of my story. So guys, anybody want to give your thoughts on the stories that we have all shared so far?
I would say that all four stories are amazing and interesting. I mean, like for Hazika's story, we usually heard about that before, but for Rafiq, for me, it's quite first time for me to hear that, especially about the. I mean, for both of your for both of the stories, but the one that makes me more interested is the second one, where the boy has to put their hands with the bullet ends. I mean that sounds crazy. Who can actually become numb with that kind of painness. But who can endure the pain, right? That sounds crazy, and they have to do that 20 times. Crazy. How about others? What do you guys
I
think?
mean, I agree. That's honestly really insane. But all of these stories are pretty like weird in different ways. Like collecting ants? What? Like there's so many things that when I was hearing about that, I'm like, are you serious? I will give it you. The second story was just okay. Sure, you do you.
Oh my god. For me, I understand the whole story, which is Amazon forest, because they are like how to say that, not wild, but they have their own way to live inside the jungle without modern city style. So maybe for them, they want to train their body to tolerate the nature, so they can overcome more challenge in their daily life, because they don't have equipment like us, like mosquito spray, so they have to improve their body type, I feel. This one I understand, but the most story, and sorry for that, I didn't mean to amusing on their culture or disrespectful. I just feel like it's so so funny, because the year is just here, the year look suddenly it's reached to here, and honestly, the moment when I look at the picture, I feel pain from my ear. I think every girl has the same feeling when you look at the earlobe come to here and with a large earring, of course. And so I just wondering, and of course I respect their culture, but it's a little bit, how to say that, painful. And for the neck, I think in China, there's because we combine by 56 nation, and I think one of the nation has a similar habit to expand their knee, the neck. So, and I don't know why, but in their judgment, they feel like this is a way of beauty. And yeah, and for me, the most interesting story, I like the Amazon, because latestly I watched a movie about the wild people inside the jungle. So I feel like if we can learn something from them, maybe it will be benefit for ourselves also. That's all.
Okay, for me, I think the most interesting story, which is the man jump across some baby. I think that story is very, it's actually meaningful. I also respect that, but it's actually dangerous, because there will be some accident or some how to say that, it's very dangerous for that baby. If I was the baby in that situation, I think, oh my god, oh, leave me alone in that. Okay. That's my thought. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking, what if he made a mistake and by mistake he stepped on the baby? It will be a tragedy.
Yes, exactly. How about others? What's your opinion? And we have to choose the one story or today's the best story, right?
All right, for me, this is my first time to know these four cultures, and I think the women with long ears and the long necks makes me feel strange and a little scared. And I just want to ask if it hurts. I think it's very hurtful. Yes, and for me, I think I'm more interested for the first one. Yeah, the long ears.
So for today, we choose the story, which is the woman with the long ear. Okay, all right. Okay, everyone agree?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
Okay, so I think the members agree that story. Okay, so today we choose that story, the woman with the long hair. Okay.
Yeah. Uh,
So for the
Go on, go
no,
on,
for
go on.
the
Sorry, sorry.
I don't know, no, for apa, since we decide on the story, so we're gonna put that in our documentary. Then while we're here, I think we can discuss which pair is going to present next week. Who would like to present next week?
Our
Alright.
group present next week.
Okay, so since we decide already, who will present next week? I think that's all for our discussion today. Thank you very much again for everyone for joining and for listening to our stories. We hope you have a good week and we'll see you next week at the same time again.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, see you.
Thank
Okay.
you. See you.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.